Getting back to giving back. 1035, 1029, The Vault rocks, the 302 radio show. What's up with everything going down in the 302? The Shepherd's Office Ministries. It's a big yellow house in Georgetown. You've probably driven by it a million times and wondered, hey, what's that cool place over there with all those signs and all those people hanging out? 408 North Bedford Street, shepherdsoffice.org. They're doing some great work. And here to tell us about it, one of their volunteers, Jim. Welcome to the 302 radio show.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, I stop by there a fair amount, and I got to tell you, it makes me feel great every time I do. Let's get to know you a little bit for the listeners. Whatever you feel comfortable sharing, tell us about how you got involved in the Shepherd's Office.
Well, I mean, I came to Delaware. I didn't know one person, and I was up in Wilmington, and my first wife said, "Get out." It was two words, and they were very harsh, and I knew she meant business, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in trouble." So, shortly thereafter, we went through that divorce process, and it was pretty sad. But I ended up on the streets because of that divorce up in Wilmington, and I just had like my come to Jesus moment where I was really hurting. I couldn't find a job. It was back in 2008 when we were going through that economic crisis, and there was a lot of unemployment going on, and I was about 50 years old, and an old guy with gray hair. It's a tough thing trying to find that full-time job somewhere. So I just went through it, and I hung out in Georgetown. I kept pushing myself through that crisis, and eventually I found an Oxford House in Lewis, Delaware, and then from there I really found my stability, and I was able to move forward. And then I was able to also help others. As I found my stability, I looked around to see if I could help others, and that's what I've been doing for the last 15, 20 years is just trying to look out for the guy that's having a bad day, trying to help them out.
Yeah, I really believe it, and it's scientifically proven that the secret to happiness is to do nice things for other people. And if you think I'm wrong, just try it this weekend. When you find that person in your brain that you want to do something good for, it makes you feel good when you identify that person or that charity or that thing. And then when you come up with what you're going to do, you feel good. And then when you actually do it, you feel good. And then when you see the way they react, or you bump into them like a week later and they thank you for it, it's just, you get all these releases of happiness along the way for one small good deed. And it's not all about the money. There are so many ways that you can give back and help your community. It's so awesome that you who are in need, found that help, but now are paying it forward. Tell me about ways that people can get involved with the Shepherd's Office Ministries in Georgetown.
Focused on food and clothing, and that's pretty much still what we're doing. We just have increased, like our first year, we only gave out 3,000 homemade meals, for the whole year, and now we're giving out close to 100,000 meals each year.
Every day, how many meals?
Every day, about 250 to 300 meals every day.
It's amazing. And who's doing all that work?
It amazes us. Yeah.
That's you guys. That's you volunteering. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, we just have a team of about 300 volunteers that come from the community. And what's amazing, we've been blessed without a kitchen. And that actually is a blessing, because if we had the fancy kitchen, then we would feel like we could make all the food at the Shepherd's Office. But God set it up so we wouldn't have a kitchen. So we would have to ask for help. We would have to ask for his help. God, can you help us out here? And then also we would have to help our neighbors. We would have to ask our neighbors for help. And that's what has happened. I mean, sure, there's still a lot of labor work involved in putting together all these dinners, but the majority of the dinners are made in someone's kitchen, and they're dropped off in a crock pot. And then we have a way of distributing all the healthy food into grab and go kind of style with all the the forks and the spoons and the napkins and the baby wipes and everything they need to have the meal. But it's a grab and go kind of style. That's why we're able to have so many given out each night, because they have it's not like they're going to be sitting inside our restaurant, because we don't have a restaurant.
Yeah.
We don't have a restaurant inside the place, but we give all the food outside by the front porch. And they take it and they go wherever they go.
When I got to know you, you were telling me about the brown bag program that you have there, and how people will pick up healthy things and put together bags for people, but just that in itself is such a big endeavor for the donations, but then putting the bags together and trying to have a well-balanced meal of snacks and whatnot. But then you also have enrichment things for, let's say, kids in the community to come and help. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, we have the hot meal. The hot meal is really amazing, but we also have the brown bag, which has a lot of the healthy snacks in there, maybe a banana, an apple, a granola bar, a little box of raisins, maybe some applesauce in that individual container. And we put all that into a bag, and then maybe an encouraging note that goes in there, too, if people have time to write a little note, like, people care about you, and they put a little note in there. And then we give the brown bag out with the hot meal. So in the morning, we have to put together about 250 to 300 of these brown bags. And we have Autism Delaware. That's one of the groups that helps out, where they have their clients, instead of sitting in a group home somewhere all day, they bring their autism clients out, and they stand around our table inside the Shepherd's office, and they make our bags up for us. It's amazing, and they're happy. They love doing it. So that's just one example. Also, kids could come do it. We've had many school groups come. If they can donate a couple hours in the morning, they can fill the bags up. Because imagine, I mean, I don't know if you ever pack a lunch for a child going to school. Even just having 2 or 3 is a big job for a parent, right? Imagine doing 250 of those each morning. So it's just a lot of labor and time. We appreciate the help from the community. So.
Yeah, I mean, just everything that you guys are doing for the people in need in the community is one thing, but then opening it up for these volunteers to come in, all the personal reward and just sense of community that they get from being a part of your organization is amazing. I just want you guys to know what an impact you're having, just not in the needy, but the people that are willing to step up and give, and how much it means to them to be a part of this. So thank you so much for everything. shepherdsoffice.org. So we need to drop off food. That's a given. The winter season is coming in. I heard stuff about maybe jackets, sleeping bags, that kind of thing. Even if you're not homeless, if you live in a place that you can't afford to turn the heat on or it's bad, you're going to want to bundle up at night like in a sleeping bag, right?
Right. I mean, we give out those hand warmers. When it starts getting chilly out, we give them gloves and hats. We also have flashlights and batteries that we give out. And another thing is we have free clothes every day from 10 to 3. That's another part of our ministry is we're out in the parking lot setting up our tables and putting free clothes on top of those tables that people can shop for free. I mean, our prices are amazing, $0. So it's all about what it is. It's about taking people that are broken down to nothing. Imagine being homeless and not being able to take a shower for a couple of weeks, and you're wearing these old pair of jeans, and you find a new pair of jeans, the right size, and it can really brighten your day. A new pair of shoes, some socks, a fresh pair of underwear, and then maybe a brand new shirt, and you're off to the races again. You can go out and try to find a job, or, it lifts you up. We're trying to move people from that pointless state of mind up all the way up to hope, is what our goal is.
Oh, it makes perfect sense, man. This is so good. The first time that I stopped by there to make a donation, I remember saying, what can I do to help? And they gave me a pamphlet, and on there had a great scripture and a link to your website, shepherdsoffice.org. It was from Matthew 25:40. It says, "The King Jesus will separate based on how people helped and treated the needy. The least, the hungry, thirsty, strangers, naked, sick, are in effect acts done to him." So just know that what you're doing is the Lord's work, man. And I'm usually not this religious guy at all, but I'm a good dude, and I want to do awesome things for the community like you. I want to have an attitude of gratitude. I want to be grateful for everyone and everything that I have, and just know that it could all go away tomorrow. But, if you keep a humble attitude like that and you help other people, I promise it's free happiness. You'll feel great. I'm throwing it down to the parents out there to bring your kids by and be a part of this amazing place. The sports teams out there, come by for a day and bag up some lunches. If you're going to Walmart this weekend, pick up some brown paper bags. It doesn't matter what you do. You can give your time. You can give a couple packages of brown paper bags, and it's really going to make a difference in your community. Jim, I can't thank you enough for being on the 302 radio show. 103.5, 102.9, The Vault rocks.